It's Monday, Labor Day, and I was watching the news earlier, and there's 5 confirmed dead in Bahamas from the storm surge. If you're younger, you tend to be a little more cynical, or if you live in an area that doesn't suffer from that particular natural disaster, like, if you live in Ohio, you may not understand the concept and the suckiness of something like an earthquake. If you live in New York, you may not understand the pain of going through a tornado like someone in Kansas would. And being the fact that I lived in Florida for the last 14 years, going on 15, I've actually lived in Florida longer than I've lived in any other state consistently. Lived longer in Florida than I did in the state. I was born in Kentucky, and I've lived longer in Florida than I have in the state I grew up in, Ohio. So Florida is my home state, and I have lived through, I think, 6 hurricanes. Some of them are no big deal. Go over your power flickers. You have ones like Charlie and Irma that knock your ass out of power for a week or 16 days, as in the case of Irma. And I have experience dealing with the suckiness that is not having power, being in a 100-degree house and not having access to fresh water for 16 days. But I've been very fortunate in never having to experience flooding, large amounts of damage to my home. And it never fails. Whenever I do one of these videos, someone's constantly texting me, even on a holiday. But hey, that's part of the fun of the video. But anyhow, it's a serious topic. They just confirmed, like I said, 5 dead in the Bahamas. They got like 30-foot storm surge. That's, as I said on my podcast last night, one of my largest fears is having to deal with storm surge. Drowning. That's, I don't even care if you're a good swimmer, man. You got storm surge coming. That water's pushing. There's debris. There's so much shit you can get caught on. That is just, it's soul crushing. So, if you're into religion and you have a God that you pray to, send some prayers their way. If not, just send good vibes their way. And as with every hurricane, obviously we're going to have to wait until this one has run its course, because sadly I feel there's a lot more damage coming. But with every major natural disaster, a few days after it happens, there will be phone numbers for you to donate to the Red Cross. There'll be food drives, clothing drives. Do your part if you can. Like I said, I understand if you don't live in an area that has to deal with a certain thing, it's really hard to kind of feel what people are going through. It's easy just to change the channel and go about your life. But the Bahamas are hurting, and I'm sure South Carolina, Georgia, and the east coast of Florida are going to take a pounding. I'm so happy right now that I'm on the west coast. We're still going to get some rain and wind, but nothing compared to what those people on the east coast is going to experience. So, man, thoughts and prayers to all you guys. I can't even imagine. I tried to put myself in that place, and like I said on the podcast last night, when Irma was bearing down on us, I did in fact put all my important stuff that I didn't want to lose in a flood, in a centralized zone, so that if the decision had to be made to get up on the roof, I had everything that I would need, or that we, my family, 6 of us, would need to try to survive on a roof. Had some of my World War II stuff, so I could use my tent to create some shade to get us out of the sun. I had obviously all my water stuff and cook stuff. But anyhow, that's rough, man. Prayers to you guys. Here's to quick resources, quick gathering and distributing of water and food, and getting you back to your normal life. It's going to be a rough couple of weeks, maybe a month or 2, just to get back to having a dry place to sleep. But it's going to be months and months of hard work and rebuilding. if there is a silver lining to this, which it's hard to imagine one, but if you have to look for something to give you hope, especially if you're in those areas, it will restore your faith in humanity. Despite what they tell us on our news all the time, especially here on the mainland, people aren't as shitty as they think they are. And it's this time, it's when your community is facing something of this magnitude, that you get to meet your neighbors, and people are nicer, people let their guards down. Everybody's just fucking beat down, and they're looking for something to hold on to that you'll really be surprised, and you'll get to know your neighbor and your communities, because you guys are going to have to pull together and get this stuff taken care of. But I'm trying to be serious. I'm getting scam phone calls. I got Dave the Waterman texting me, so I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for tuning in. You know the deal. Click on the link, subscribe, click the bell. I do have a video coming out here in a few weeks. I'm doing a new half-ass review, a sponsored, legitimate one. Got a company sending me a product that we're going to do a review on. I'm super excited about it. But yeah, I don't want to finish a serious video about a serious topic with a bunch of requests for, you know, anything. So send your money and your love down to the Bahamas, or wait till the end of the week and see how the east coast of the United States fares, and send some of your money their way, because those guys are going to need all of our help. Anyhow, thanks for tuning in. Please share my page, and let's build an audience here. And mad props to the OG5. You know who you are. Keep it up. One day we might be the OG500. That'd be sweet. Thank you guys. Later.
This has been a Digital 410 production.